Today, we're in Manchester, and this is my mum, by the way, on a beautiful sunny day in an empty as the car park. And today, I am going to show you the cheapest Pakistani food that you can get in the whole of this great city. Why is the car park empty? Well, it's Easter Sunday. And why is it sunny in Manchester? Known for rain and cloudy days? Well, only God can answer that.
Let's go, everybody come with us.
And off we were to our destination. This shop is located on Stockport Road, just a couple of 100 metres away from a park named Crowcroft Park.
Here we are at the shop. Come on.
786 Biryani is the name, and I have been told it's the home to traditional, delicious Pakistani food at affordable prices. The place was fairly busy, which was a good sign, and the customer service was actually very decent too. There's no tables to eat on, and instead you have these Pakistani style benches to sit and eat on in a communal manner. And we weren't planning on trying the samosas, but they were being freshly cooked, so why not?
It's very tasty and crispy.
And the filling of potatoes was absolutely delicious. The potatoes were nice and soft, and the fresh coriander contrasted really well with the spiciness of the potato mixture. And now, let's go through the menu a little. Over here is the meat biryani. Next up was the chicken biryani. Up at the front was the chicken curry. Just behind was the chickpea curry that we tasted earlier with the samosa. Over here was a traditional Pakistani stew named nihari, and they even had a cooler of water available, free for you to drink whilst you're chomping away. And just behind all of the pots and pans, parathas were being freshly made.
OMG, so much food for only 17 pound. I think this is a good deal.
So this is the Jannah Palau for £1, or 99p if you will. A very generous portion at that price point. This is the minced meat curry or keema. This is the meat curry. The following is the meat biryani. Once again, a very generous portion at the price point. And last, but not least, is the chicken biryani. Once again, a very generous portion. Thank you for the biryani flip, mother.
You're welcome.
So first up, we were trying the meat biryani, and after digging around a little under these beautiful pearls of perfectly cooked basmati celery rice, we found the curry sauce and the meat. And do you know what? The biryani actually was very decent. I'm not going to over exaggerate and say it's the best biryani in the world, but it actually was really pretty decent. The rice predominantly tasted of cumin seeds, black pepper, star anise with a slight hint of cloves, and the curry sauce was very rich, very unctuous, fairly spicy, and it blended really well with the light, fluffy rice of the biryani. The biryani definitely could have used more sauce. It did get a little dry in parts, and the meat used, I'm pretty sure, was mutton. I prefer lamb, but at the price point, you can't complain. And the joint of the meat was mutton neck. A very underrated and very tender and juicy piece of meat, but the mutton neck in this biryani was just a tad bit bland, as it had been boiled separately to the masala. So my advice going forward would be to cook the meat inside the masala as you traditionally do. Time for the Jannah Palau. You know what? It was actually very delicious. The rice, once again, were perfectly separated. They were perfectly cooked. The chickpeas were very soft, but the rice definitely could have used more chickpeas. But other than that, it was actually a pretty decent dish. And now we go in for the chicken biryani. Once again, it's very similar to the lamb biryani. There's a lot of rice, and then on top there's a layer of masala, and then on top of that there's a piece of chicken. You get the idea. And at the price point of £1 and 99p, the portion of chicken was very generous, although it was just a tad bit dry. But the chicken biryani comes in at £1 less than the lamb biryani at £1.99, an absolute bargain. So if you're looking for a healthy, filling, hearty meal on a budget, definitely go for the chicken biryani. But other than that, the taste is very similar. That's why they are very interchangeable. So if you like chicken, go for the chicken one. And if you prefer meat, go for the meat biryani.
This is my baby portion. He's a monster, so he can eat more.
What?
I'm going to do the curry because I'm an expert. It's not bad. It's nice and spicy because we told them to make a spice. I don't like outside curry, but this is eatable.
My mum did say, however, afterwards, that the minced meat was probably minced a little too fine, and there were just a little too many onions. But other than that, it was actually pretty tasty. The coriander was nice and fresh. The green chilies they used were fresh also, and yeah, it was pretty decent. And then last up was the meat curry, once again made with mutton neck, a very underrated joint of meat. Juicy?
Yeah, it looks juicy. It's too hot, yeah. Spice is okay.
The masala.
Masala is fine, better than the keema one.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, once again, it was pretty decent. The curry was nice and saucy and spicy. But once again, just a little too many onions were used, and they could maybe break down the onions a little more to make it into a more cohesive curry sauce to go along with the meat. And the salad that we got along with the food was nice and fresh.